Leslie here, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So I've been testing out the new Dyson Airwrap ID for the past couple of months. So I got the one for curly and coily hair, which means I can use it if I want to diffuse and wear my hair curly, stretch it out, or I want a smooth blowout. For the most part, I only stretch my hair out for braids. And as my hair is in braids, today I'm going to break down my full routine to stretch my hair before getting it braided. So I didn't film my hair the last time I blew it out for braids, but I've got my routine down to 30 minutes now. I really know what works for my hair. I've got used to stretching out more and more often. So this video is very beginner friendly. I'm not the best with my hair, so this is really for those that struggle a little bit, maybe not necessarily looking for perfection, but want to know the tools and products to use that make getting your hair stretched out really easy. And then something to know is I was sent this tool by Next, so I did a job with them on Instagram. I don't have to do anything beyond that job, but the cool thing about long format videos is that you can go more in depth about your routine and really describe what it is that you're doing when you're using certain tools and attachments. So I'll put more details in the description and let's jump into the video. Let's start with the prep. The key to a good blow dry is making sure your scalp is thoroughly cleansed and your hair is free of any product buildup. So ideally you want to use a clarifying shampoo to remove any debris and dirt. I take this as an opportunity to treat my scalp, so I use the Vichy DERCOS Anti-Dandruff shampoo. This is the 2-in-1. They have a few different versions. This one's just a little bit more conditioning. I've tried a lot of their shampoos and they work equally well, to be honest with you. I really get into my scalp, give it a good scrub and make sure I leave it for a good 2 minutes to actually work. My scalp in general isn't as flaky as it used to be. It's definitely more under control. I mostly use anti-dandruff shampoos as a preventative measure. If I'm getting braids, I just don't do it if my scalp is super flaky. All that tugging at the scalp and just generally how braids are set up, it's not great for the scalp if you've already got flakiness going on. But I'll always continue to use the anti-dandruff shampoo just to make sure everything is balanced and my scalp has everything it needs. Speaking of balance, I'll do the same with my hair as well. So I'll go in with a deep conditioner based on what my hair needs, so whether that's more moisture or protein. One I've been enjoying recently is the Amika Hydro Rush. So this is the intense moisture mask. It takes a minute to settle into my hair, so I do have to give this a good 10 minutes to actually infuse. Sometimes I'll even hop out of the shower, put a conditioning cap on and just really give it time to work. I want to make sure that my hair is as moisturized as possible. So another one that's more lightweight but really hydrating is the Kérastase Manifesto mask. And if I need something more strengthening, I really like the Acre Restorative hair mask. Ultimately, use whatever works best for your hair. The idea is to give it a clean, balanced starting point so nothing is lacking before you blow dry. For leave-ins, definitely a heat protectant and maybe something moisturizing to give your hair lots of slip. This Cécred moisture sealing lotion is really good for adding that silkiness and giving your hair lots of moisture. You actually don't need a lot of this. It's a blend of oils, so I usually don't want to use too much anyway. I just really like how this makes my hair feel, but it's not a heat protectant, so you want to combine it with one. And the heat protectant I really like at the moment is by Amika. So this is the Wizard Detangling Primer. So this has no silicones in, but it still gives a lot of slip and really nice heat protection. Like, I feel like my hair dries a lot quicker when I use this. It's kind of like an all-in-one, but those two paired together work really well for me. Now for the fun part, the actual blow dry. As I said already, I have the curly and coily version of the Airwrap ID. This comes with slightly different attachments to the straight and wavy version. And my favorites to blow dry my hair that come in the box are the wide tooth comb attachment or the large round volumizing brush. The firm smoothing brush also does a good job, but I just find that the wide tooth comb works much better on my hair. I've tested a few different Dyson tools and attachments over the years, and yeah, the wide tooth comb just always seems the best for stretching it out. I think it's because it detangles really well whilst drying. And I'd say the round brush is more ideal for smoothing. You can get a really big bouncy blow dry with this very easily. So I'd say that's more suited to people that want to wear their blowout, or if you're going to straighten it after, because I usually just want to stretch my hair out really quickly for braids. The wide tooth comb is perfect. So when it comes to settings, I usually use the highest speed and I usually use the medium or highest heat. And I think this tool gets really hot, though I hear people say constantly that it doesn't get hot enough. I don't know if it's different in the UK. When I'm using hot tools, generally I don't want to compromise the health of my hair, but I also want it to work. So I feel like I do somewhere in between. So medium to high heat. I think this tool is at a good level. I don't feel like I need it any hotter. I'm usually quite lazy when it comes to my hair, but generally it does help if you've pre-sectioned a lot of the sections. Quarters is usually fine for me, but you do want to do smaller sections when you're actually blow drying. The wide tooth comb is great at detangling, but it is better if it is already detangled. And I do detangle each section with a comb before I go in with a blow dry. Usually the leave-ins are giving me a lot of slip, so it just makes it so much easier when you then go in with this tool if everything's already pre-detangled. So with each section, I'm combing this through quite slowly, and I hold my hair taut as I do it. So I'll hold it at the roots for a minute to make sure that that is dry, and then I'll slowly pass the tool down. Once I get to the end, I might go back in and start again and go slowly down again. It's gonna feel at first kind of strange to go so slowly down, but it dries the hair so quickly, and it's just the best way to get it straight and dry evenly. And the result is definitely dependent on what attachment I use, the products I use beforehand. It all can make a big difference. And it might seem like it's really slow, but the process is actually very, very quick. I can do the whole of my head now in 30 minutes and get a stretched blow dry, which is perfect for braids. And the result is definitely dependent on how well I cleanse my hair, what products I use to leave in, and then what attachment I use as well. And in the footage, it's not the smoothest blow dry I've ever got. I've actually done better since then, but because I've done it so many times since then, I now know what works really well for my hair. This is definitely a tool that does a lot of the work for you, so I think this is pretty beginner friendly, and it's also really gentle. So if you're looking for something effective and you can switch between different styles, it's a great option. So that was the full rundown of my Dyson blow dry routine when I'm prepping for braids. I'll definitely do another one using the round brush attachment, so you can see how well that is at creating a really big bouncy blow dry. But I have got really short hair. I think that's the main reason I don't style my hair like that as often as I could. But I would love to know if you have the Airwrap on what your favorite attachments are. And alternatively, if you have a different hot tool that you love using to blow out your hair, I'd love to know what that is. I'm so used to using Dyson tools that I haven't really explored any other brands, and I know so many brands do a lot of cool tools now. I'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.